Hey, before we get started with the vlog festivities, let me tell you that there is now a new official limited edition Drawing Dead hoodie and other new wares available at thedrawingdead.com. Cotton, very comfortable, I love it, and keep in mind it's limited. In fact, I'm only making 50 of them, and when they're gone, they're gone. If you're an extra dope individual, you can get a 10% discount for joining the Patreon. Join the Patreon, $1 a month, link below, get 10% off the entire store. Hell of a deal. Hell of a deal if you ask me. But that's it. That's the entire announcement. And I'll see you guys out on the streets. It is Saturday, September 25th, 7:45 p.m. And the fact that I just stood up from this chair means I'm gonna go play. Not quite sure yet. Bellagio maybe, Encore, Aria, somewhere. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Look at my neck bright, I get that check right. I'm so blessed, right? Off of that jet pipe, off of that side. I'm in that new coupe, got been fired. I said what I said, right? Yeah, I get that check right. I'm so blessed, right? Off of that jet pipe, off of that west side. I'm in that new coupe, got been fired. I get that check right.
So we're here, we're decided. We decided where we're gonna play. Do you know where I'm gonna play? You should know where I'm gonna play, I just showed you the damn building. But anyway, we're here, it's a little after 8 o'clock. I'm already on the list, let's get it. Let's get going. Standing out here talking to the damn camera. And by the way, if you didn't figure it out, we're going to the Encore. The Encore poker room, that's where I'm going. I didn't think it was that hard to figure out, but you never know.
I don't do no fake love. Tell Lil Bruh shape up. The way we lit, they throwing shade, but they never say nothing. I'm that maze runner. I've been known to stay stunned. My drip on blade runner.
This session at the Encore was interesting. Interesting because my interest in playing was sort of meh. I wasn't not wanting to play, but I wasn't overly excited either. And that's typically not a good thing. I'll tell you what it was. It was the smoke. I didn't want it. I wasn't in the mood to get into a ton of gunfights today. Don't know why. I just wasn't. So what table do I get set at? I get the tables with players wanting gunfights and players opening the $30 in a 2-5 game. This should be interesting. This isn't even my first or second orbit at the table, and already I've noticed that the guy on my direct right is opening way too big. He's yet to show down anything but ace-jack suited, so I'm not sure if he's getting out of line with hand selection, but his sizing is way off. In this hand, he opens to $30 again, and I look down at king-queen offsuit. Definitely playable, so I make the call. The button comes along for the ride, and three of us see the 7-7-3 with two diamonds flop. Unlike previous hands, the opener doesn't c-bet here. That's just the opening I need. I take the lead betting $50 into a bit less than $100. The button folds, and the opener tank folds, and now my session has officially started. Paying attention to player tendencies and game flow is an often ignored pivotal piece in increasing win rate. It's huge. Here we have a player that appears to be very type passive and so far has only shown down Broadway cards, the nuts, or close to it, limps. I raise with Jack-9 of hearts in hopes of either just taking down this pot right now or getting purely this guy to call. I get the latter and we go to the flop heads up. Ace, king, queen with two diamonds, and the limper checks to me. Although this board should hit me harder than him, I've only seen him play hands that smash this board, and seeing as I don't have a diamond, I like to check it back when he checks to me. Sure, I could possibly move him off an underpair, but the likelihood that this guy would limp call preflop with a hand as strong as ace-queen suited, very high. I'll take the free stab at my gut shot. And lo and behold, I hit said gut shot on the turn when the 10 of diamonds peels off. Now with 3 diamonds on the board, he leads out for $25. I'm not folding here, and again with no diamonds in my hand, not raising. I call. The river brings a 6 and the 4th diamond. This time, he checks. I really don't expect players to fold flushes at 2-5. I really don't. However, this guy might. He was extremely passive. I bet $75 and he gets instantly frustrated. Picks up his cards, flicks them, and tosses them into the muck. He continues talking about the hand even after it's over, saying that he had, quote, Jack 10 of spades, unquote, and I was, quote, behind on the flop, unquote. Player tendencies, man. You have to pay attention to them. I wanted a calm, relaxing game. No smoke. And I was getting anything but. In this hand, the passive player from earlier limps. The player to my right, that I've now figured out is all over the place with his sizing and his hand selection, also limps. I look down at Jack 10 suited and raise to $30. The original limper folds, but the second limper, which is the guy on my right, he 3-bets to $150. A bit unorthodox, but it's possible he could be purely playing back at me. To be honest, I had been really active this session. I eye his stack and see that he has about $700 behind. This is a close one. I have a decent hand in position, but we aren't very deep when there'll be $300 in pre. I decide he's just too all over the place for me to find the fold here and make the call. The flop comes down pretty beneficial to me in Queen 10-5 with 1 heart. He continues for another $150, and I call. The turn brings a second queen and a second heart, and he shoves for about $550, and I snap. The river jack improves my 2 pair, but it matters little when he turns over pocket 9s.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
For someone wanting a relaxing game, I was sure out there in the mix trying to cause problems. 1 limp, I decide to put in a raise with 4-5 suited from middle position. Why, Jamin? Just why? I'm insane and 100% deserve whatever happens to me here. The button calls, the passive big blind calls, and the limper calls. 4 of us see the 10-5-8 flop with 1 diamond and action gets checked over to me. Well, I flopped a pair, have 2 backdoor draws, and I'm the original raiser with only the button left behind. All things considered, it's not that bad of a situation. I bet half pot, $40, and get a fold from the button and the big blind pretty quickly. The original limper, though, not so fast. He decides a check raise is in order and makes it $120 with about $800 behind. See? This is what I get. This is exactly what I get. This is the worst. It's my least favorite situation in all of pokerdom. Let me tell you what happened. I'm in the big blind with Queen 10 offsuit. Forced action. I don't have a choice. I've been forced to pay $5 for this hand in this spot. The under the gun player, he does have a choice, and he chooses to pay $5 for his spot. Everyone else folds, so it's just me and him. Flop reveals Queen 8-10 with 2 clubs. Now I've been forced to flop 2 pair. Did I ask to flop 2 pair? No, it was thrust upon me. With the whole $10 in the pot, I bet half, $5. The limper calls. Turn is the 7 of diamonds. Now there's 2 diamonds and 2 clubs. I've been forced to know this because, big blind. $20 in the pot, and I bet all of that, $20. The under the gun limper now shoves for his remaining $99. I wasn't forced to call, I guess, but obviously. River ace of clubs, and he turns over 6-3 of clubs and takes my little monies. I didn't even want to be in this hand. Here's an interesting little sequence of 3 hands that illustrate game flow and the mental leveling that sometimes happens at the table. In this first hand, under the gun opens to $20. The passive player in the middle calls 20, and the player to my right calls. I call on the button with pocket 6s. The small blind, new to the table, now squeezes for 160. Everyone folds and action is back on me. I know nothing about this guy. Nothing. I elect to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I just let the 6s go. The very next hand, the passive player in the middle limps, the guy on my right limps, and I raise to 25 with pocket 3s, and again the new guy raises. This time to 85. The limpers fold and action is now back on me again. What's going on here? I want to see how this guy behaves post-flop, so I call with my 3s. The flop comes out a raggedy Queen 8-5 rainbow, and he bets $70 when I check it to him. This board, this is a good c-bet candidate, and oftentimes people will just give up on turns when called on the flop. I call the 70. Let's see one more card. The turn card doesn't help at all. It's the ace of diamonds. I end up just check folding when he bets $100. The next hand, everyone folds, and the big blind actually gets a walk. However, the following hand, open to $20 in the low jack with king 10 offsuit, and the guy on my left makes it $60. He's 3-betting me again. Is he trying to pull a me on me? No. We aren't having this. We finna fight. One time, okay, I'll give you credit. 2 in a row is fishy, but three bets in 4 hands, we're going to war. Action isn't back to me just yet, but I'm already debating on what my 4-bet size will be because basically I'm drawing a line in the sand here. However, before it can get back to me, that passive player I've been talking about for a while, well, he's in the big blind, and he's now 4-bet himself. He's made it 150. Oh my. This is a player that limps ace-king suited. This is where I get off this train, as does the guy on my left. Okay, mid-session update time, and this is going to be a quick one because my table's good. Playing 2-5 here at the Encore. Early in the session, it started pretty slow. Got a couple steals through. Won a big pot with Jack 10 of hearts versus pocket nines. And since then, kind of slow again until I lost about $600 with ace 4 suited versus pocket jacks when I missed the flush. But the very next hand I won about $500 with 8 4 of hearts. You didn't see either of those hands, but they did in fact happen. As we sit right now, probably 3 or 3.5 hours into the session, I believe I am up, I don't know, maybe $700. But like I said, the game is good. They aren't afraid to get it in at my table. So why am I spending my time out here in the valet talking to you guys? It's time to get back in. See, quick, mid-session update. Boom, boom, boom. Back from the mid-session update, and I'm ready to get in the mix again. Opening pocket fives from under the gun to $20. The new player isn't really that new anymore, and he's calmed down on the 3-betting we saw earlier. He calls, and the big blind calls. That means 3 of us see the gorgeous 3, 5, 6 rainbow flop. The big blind checks, and action is on me. With a flop like this, there are only a few possibilities. Either one of these two guys have flopped some sort of draw, have an overpair, or have nothing at all. I decide to go for gold and bet large, $50. Unfortunately, neither must have had anything as they both quickly released. Okay, I rushed back from the mid-session update because I said the game was good. Here's what the game is good sometimes looks like. Keep in mind, I could have showed 3 or 4 hands that looked almost identical to this one. However, I'm just showing this one so that this vlog isn't 49 minutes long. 2 limps and I look down at Beyonce and Whitney in middle position and bump it up to $35. Here comes the game is good part. The button calls, the big blind calls, with $200 behind, the passive under the gun player calls, and the guy to my direct right all call. They all just call. All 19 of us see the flop of 10, deuce, 5, rainbow. The big blind insta-checks and the passive player we spoke about before donks for $95. The player to my right folds and the action is back on me. Looking at the bettor's player profile, either he has a 10 or... never mind. He has just a 10, nothing else. With this many players in the hand, he'd be scared with any overpairs that he was getting cute with pre-flop. His bet would be much, much larger. So ace 10 through 10-9, and that's it. With 2 players behind me to act and no real draws on this board, raising would only cause me to fold out hands I have in really, really bad shape anyway. So I call. Unfortunately, they both fold, and now there are just 2 of us. The turn brings the jack of diamonds and the under the gun player checks. His view of me is that I'm pretty aggressive. All night, I've just been raising and re-raising him. I decided to check back here, hopefully giving him confidence that his 10 is good. Maybe he'll just put me on ace king. They always just put me on ace king. The river's the 3 of diamonds and he bets again. This time making it 125 and I snap raise to 300. He looks pained. As he's tanking, I'm cursing that 3 of diamonds on the river as now I'm wondering if he thinks I went runner on him. He mulls it over for a few seconds before folding. Damn it. Remember when I said earlier that the guy on my left had stopped 3-betting me and he had calmed down? Maybe that was a bit premature. In this hand, we see an under-the-gun limp, and I bump it up to $20 with ace-10 of clovers. Mr. 3-bet, on my left, springs into action, making it $90. Action folds back around to me, and I make the call. Zero chance I'm laying down a hand this strong heads up with this guy. It's just not going to happen. If he has me out-kicked, or just outright beat, I'll take my medicine. I've lost pots before, you know. Heads up, we see a flop of ace-8-7 with 2 spades. Staying in flow, I check it over to him, and he quickly drops $75 into the pot. I have top pair and some backdoor draws, but no spades. Beggars can't be choosers. I obviously still call here. The turn is interesting. It's the 9 of spades. So now my hand has improved to add an open-ended draw to go along with top pair. However, there's 3 spades. I've never been one to be that scared of flushes, as flushes are pretty difficult to make. However, that spade may allow him to bluff more if, in fact, he is bluffing. I check again. Bluff or not, he stays true to form and fires $250 into the middle. I tank here. Not to tank fold, but to weigh the merits of a check raise. If I'm up against a bigger ace with no spade, I may get a fold, but that's about it. Hands I'm ahead of will fold, but most everything that beats me will probably make a crying call. This is not check raise time, so I call again. The river 3 of clubs is a complete brick. I check again. If he's got the heart to fire 3 barrels, I'll just have one hell of a decision. However, there aren't that many 2-pair combos or flushes he can have with that ace being a spade, and I still have all the sets and a few more 2-pair than him. All the mental anguish is for naught, however, as he checks back. I expose, he gives me the friendly tap tap as he mucks his hand. So that's it, we're done. You can probably tell by the look of the surroundings. We are on the roof of the Encore Win parking garage. We had a pretty good table tonight. I ran pretty good, at least I didn't run bad. Unfortunately, 3 of my bigger hands, I don't think I got recorded. I don't think I got my Jack-10 of hearts hand recorded. I don't think I got the Ace-7 of diamonds hand recorded. So we're gonna have to do some creative vlogging. But overall, in for 1,500, out for 4,947. So I have nothing to complain about. I guess I could complain because I need to be sleeping, but we are going to remedy that. Toot sweet! But as always, thanks for watching. If you like the vlogs, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, leave me a comment. I'll probably respond, probably. And I need to get some sleep, because today is Sunday, and we're gonna be right back doing the damn thing again, most likely. Talk to you later. Bye.
What? Trying to say goodbye.
Perfect. So if I lose even a dime at the Aria, Nimi's fault. If you're an extra dope individual, you can get an extra 10%. Saturday. So what is going on in this session? And then I won a sizable pot with Jack 10 of hearts versus pocket nines. And since then, slow again. It's late. Because, you know, good. I don't think I got recorded the ace 7 of diamonds hands were 49-47.